All right, back here, more of the Ira Insurance pregame show coming up on yourliveevent.com.
A lot of grit to be a farmer. The workday isn't defined by the number of hours you work, but by the work you do in those hours. And the job isn't done unless it pays off when the combines roll. So when the work gets tough and the work days get long, count on Golden Harvest to deliver strong genetics, local know-how, and a dedication to service. Contact Tim Cassette, your local seed advisor, at 701-430-0877 and start seeing your hard work pay off.
We both grew up in Hatton.
We lived in Grand Forks and Fargo both before settling down here, and we own a construction company.
I'm originally from Hillsboro, grew up here.
Originally from Larimore, now own a small business here in Hillsboro.
We lived in Bismarck for 10 years, but something was drawing me back here.
For a small town, I think we have a lot to offer.
Hillsboro, Trail County is a great place to grow a business. Our people here support local businesses.
You know, it's a small community that's like a family. If you need help, the small community pulls together.
Definitely a more personal connection. You know, most of my clients will call my cell phone, which is the way we want it. We want to do business that way.
Moving back here was beneficial for our business and the small town atmosphere for our kids that we grew up with.
Yeah, if a person is planning on having a family, I can't imagine a better place. It's something that really can't be replicated.
Come home to Trail.
Come home to Trail.
Come home to Trail.
Back here as we're ready for our Irie Insurance pregame show, as we're talking out here with Coach Stacy Hansen for Mayport CG and Coach here at the Region 2 tournament.
Yep, we're excited to play last match of the night and ready to play against Cavalier.
Talk a little bit about the Cavaliers. I know you had a great match here early in the season against them.
Yeah, we played them in early September and went 5 sets with them. It was a good match by both teams, and I know we both have changed a little bit, so we'll see what happens today.
Coach, thanks so much for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, here that was Coach Stacy Hansen for the Mayport CG Patriots. Back here, more on the Iron Insurance pregame show coming up on yourliveevent.com.
This is Carson Henningsgaard, student athlete at Central Valley High School, and I urge students to refrain from using drugs or alcohol. Doing so can result in getting kicked off the team, damage to your reputation, and damage to your body. Stay sober and stay on the right track to success. Live above the influence. This message brought to you by the Central Valley School District.
At Halsted Living Center and Heritage House, life doesn't stop with age. From dedicated staff, activities, and personal care, they're there to ensure the lifestyle continues to be active and fulfilled. The activities team brings together birthday parties, holiday programs, local performing acts, and talented musicians on staff. Family and friends are encouraged to join in on the special programs and daily activities too. For more information on Halsted Living Center and Heritage House, call 218-456-2105 or log on to halstedlivingcenter.com.
Rocky Nettum, Nettum Seeds, Caledonia. Looking at your certified seed there with wheat and barley from Nettum Seeds.
We've got a new wheat variety for next year called Trigger, real high yielding variety from Lima grain. Pretty excited about that one. And then we'll have our Rebel wheat variety that's been really good quality, decent yields as well. And then we'll have some SY Velda as well. We're going to handle some Pinnacle barley again, so a 2-row variety.
Nettum Seeds at Caledonia. Rocky's number is 701-430-1149.
Keys to the game here really for both teams. Just got to get off to a strong start. It's late here tonight, playing in the 4th game of 4 here. It's already past 8. Just try to survive there. That first couple points, get to a big start. And then from there, really see if you can pile it on there and put your foot to the gas pedal there. Those are your keys to the game. We'll take another 2-minute break. That's the American Crystal Sugar Company starting lineups coming up on yourliveevent.com.
About 3 years ago, Polar approached us to bring in that gigabit internet service. Since we were able to get that in place, we are now able to serve up all of our remote locations much faster than we were before. One of the great things about Polar Communications is the responsiveness of their support. When you work with a company that understands North Dakota and understands agriculture, they get the importance of the things that we're doing.
the innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Northwood is now offering a $25,000 sign-on bonus for qualified nurses and CNAs. Contact Tammy with questions at 701-587-6487. Northwood Deaconess Health Center is also offering a $2,500 sign-on bonus for dietary aids. Contact Jenny with questions at 701-587-6441. NDHC is locally owned, offering health insurance, 401k, sick leave, and PTO. Apply today. Visit ndhc.net and find us on Facebook.
Hi, this is Isaac Whitley, a student athlete at Hillsboro High School. I urge everyone to show good sportsmanship both on and off the field or court. Show respect for the other players, coaches, referees, and fans too. By doing so, it shows class and respect for the game. Thank you, and once again, I encourage us to all show good sportsmanship. This message is brought to you by the Hillsboro School District.
Sponsorship of this tournament coverage with YourLiveEvent.com is sponsored in part by your local Farmers Union Insurance agents, Kurt Larrell and Jason Walswick in Findlay, Nathan Larson and Troy Inger in Northwood, Rich Gerke and Ryan Opdahl in Hillsboro. They look forward to working with you with a wide variety of policies available to meet your needs. Good luck, teams, from Kurt Larrell and Jason Walswick in Findlay, Nathan Larson and Troy Inger in Northwood, Rich Gerke and Ryan Opdahl in Hillsboro.
Time now for our American Crystal Sugar Company starting lineups. First for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Cavalier Tornadoes. Starting a sophomore libero, number 0, Lily Crosby. Senior middle hitter, number 3, Charlie Krieg. A senior defensive specialist, number 4, Sydney Werner. A senior setter, number 7, Peyton Letexture. A senior outside hitter, number 10, Jaden Erlandson. A junior outside hitter, number 12, Kaya Schluchter, and a freshman defensive specialist, number 16, Jade Keeney. The starting lineups for the Cavalier Tornadoes, who come into tonight as the number 7 seed here between the 6 seed here, the 6 seed going against the number 3 seed Mayport CG Patriots. Their starting lineups led by a junior outside hitter, number 4, Grace Koshny. Then a junior middle hitter, number 8, Nora Peterson. A senior outside hitter, number 9, Hannah Oost. A senior middle hitter, number 11, Hannah McIntyre. A junior middle hitter, number 11, or number 14, Addison Domeyer. And a senior, the libero, number 20, Ellie Bergstrom. The starting lineups for the Mayport CG Patriots, the 3 seed. Those are your American Crystal Sugar Company starting lineups. As we're just about ready for the opening serve between the Patriots and the Tornadoes. Winner to the semifinals. As Cavalier will begin and have service. The serve is over, dug up by the Patriots, bumped and then free-balled over by Koshny, back to Cavalier. Hit, and that one's into the net, and a hit in there by Kaya Schluchter. And the first point goes to Mayport CG, as it will be number 9, Hannah Oost, to serve for the Patriots. Serve is misplayed there on the dig attempt there by Peyton Letexture, and point to the Patriots. It is 2-0 to begin set number 1. As Oost, and back to serve, and it's an ace serve! Ace serve for Hannah Oost, and it is 3-0 Mayport CG. As Oost again to serve. Serve is over. Dug up, set by Schluchter. Punched across by Krieg, back to the Patriots, and free balled over by Koshny, back to Cavalier Set Schluchter with the hit in for the point. Kaya Schluchter, her first kill. Gets the Tornadoes on the board. They trail by 2, 1-3. As it will be Schluchter on to serve for Mayport, or for Cavalier against Mayport CG. Serve over. Dug up, hit, and down for the point. Hannah McIntyre with her first kill. 4-1 Mayport CG. As the serve is over to Cavalier, bumped and hit across by Krieg. Dug up by McClenaghan. Bergstrom and free ball crossed over by McIntyre. Back over to the Tornadoes. Letexture punches it across by Peterson back to Mayport CG. To McIntyre as that one is into the net and down for a Cavalier Tornado point. 4-2 they trail. As Laney Letexture will check in and serve for the Tornadoes. Serve is over to Mayport CG, hit over by McIntyre, back to the Tornadoes. At the net, hit into the net by Charlie Krieg, and 4 hits will be called on Cavalier. 5-2 Mayport CG. As McIntyre will serve for the Patriots. Bumped, hit over, and in for the point. Charlie Krieg with the kill for Cavalier. They trail by 2. As it will be Charlie Krieg to serve for the Tornadoes. Dug up by Bergstrom. Set over to McClenaghan. Tornadoes trying to save it, unable to do so, and it will be a Patriot point as they will take a 6-3 lead. As it will be Grace Koshny to serve over to the Tornadoes. Walton punches it over. Bergstrom with the set hit over by Oost, back over to Cavalier at the net. Tornadoes able to save it. Through the block for the point. Justine Peterson for Cavalier, her first kill. As the Tornadoes trail 4-6 with Peterson to serve. Serve is over. Set, tipped over, and unable to save it are the Tornadoes, as it was Addison Domeyer there for the Patriots on the kill, her first. And point Mayport CG. Their serve. Set by Letexture, hit over. Dug back up by the Patriots. McClenaghan sends it over. Tornadoes trying to save it, and they will be unable to. And another Mayport CG point, as they now lead 8-4. 8-4, Mayport CG leads in set number 1. Quarterfinal number 4, as the serve by Nora Peterson is into the net. Service air and point to Cavalier. They trail by 3. As Peyton Letexture will serve. It's a good serve, cannot be returned, and it's a Cavalier Tornado point. And the Tornadoes now down by 2. Texture with the serve over, dug up by McClenaghan. Olsen and sent back over to the Tornadoes. Pushed across by Schluchter. Now back over once again to Mayport CG. Set McClenaghan. That one is long. Out of bounds, and point back to Cavalier. They're within 1. 7-8, they trail as Peyton Letexture again to serve. Serve is over. Set punched across by Domeyer, and that hit is inbounds for another Cavalier Tornado point as they tie it up at 8. 8-8 here in set number 1 as Peyton Letexture again to serve. As again, Mayport CG unable to return it. It's another Tornado point as they take a 1-point lead, 9-8, with Payne Letexture again to serve. Serves over, diving dig there by Bergstrom as free balled over by McLennan. Back to the Tornadoes. Punched across by Schluchter back to Mayport CG. Set tipped across by Oost. Cavalier back with it, and free ball sent over by Laney Letexture. Domeyer punched across by McClenahan. Back to the Tornadoes. As Schluchter through the block, down for the point. Kaya Schluchter, her second kill, as it is 10-8. 10-8 Cavalier. Payne Letexture again to serve. Serve over, dug up by Bergstrom. Set by Olsen, tipped across. Back to Cavalier. Schluchter in for the point. Kaya Schluchter, number 3, as it's 11-8. As Olivia Gap will check in for Mayport CG. Payne Letexture again at the service line. Set by Olsen, tipped across, and that is inbounds for the point. Addison Domeyer with her second kill, as it's 11-9. As Cora McClenahan to serve. Dug up, set by Payne Letexture. Hit at the net, through the block for the point. Kaya Schluchter, number 4. 12-9. Substitutions number 4 and number 16. Sydney Warner coming in for the Tornadoes, as does as does Jade Keeney, who will serve for the Tornadoes. Hit back over to Cavalier. Schluchter in the net. Bounces it off the net, but it will be out of bounds for a Mayport CG point. Able to get the side out. Checking in for the Patriots is or for Grace Koshny. Serving for the Patriots, Hannah Oost. Serve is over, dug up. Set and hit over by Krieg, as that one is out. And it will be another Mayport CG point. Oost again to serve. Patriots trail by 1. Serve is over. Dug up by Payne Letexture. To Werner at the net. Hits the net there by Krieg, and point to Mayport CG. Tied at 12. 12-12 in set number 1. Serve is over. Dug up by Schluchter, and free ball sent over by Keeney. Back to the Patriots. Battle at the net. Mayport CG still with it, and free ball over by Bergstrom. Back to Cavalier. Set by Werner. Hit over by Krieg, but long. Hitting air and point to Mayport CG. They take the lead at 13-12. Oost again to serve, and it is long. Service error, her first, as Tornado is able to side out. Tied at 13. Serve by Schluchter is over. Patriots with it. Hit over by Bergstrom. Dug up by Payne Letexture. Set by Warner to Krieg. Dug up by Oos. Set by McClenahan to Kruger, and sent back over by Warner. Patriots back with it. Bergstrom tries to free ball it over. Hits the net and falls down for the Tornado point. 14-13. Tornadoes lead by 1 with serve. Kaya Schluchter dug up, and free ball sent over by McIntyre. Back over to the Tornadoes, now sent back over to Mayport CG. Kruger dug up. Pushed across by Payne Letexture. Dug up by Oost to McClenahan, as that one is in the net. And point to Cavalier. 15-13 the Tornadoes lead, as Mayport CG will take their first time out. We'll take one as well. 15-13 Tornadoes on the Golden Harvest Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard.
I'm originally from Mayville. I moved away for 6 years, but when I decided I think it's time that we start a family, and I said I want to move back to that small town so I can have small classes, small community, people are involved, people care about you.
We've lived in Hillsboro since 2012.
Within 6 months, we had a group of friends
then it just took off from there.
So I got 2 girls, and I've been able to help with coaching football, coaching hockey, coaching softball, baseball, and being involved in the community.
There's a lot of space out here, and if you use it appropriately, I mean, everything from family baseball to the parks and the communities, swimming, all that stuff is available right there.
I was blown away by how well it's kept up and how nice they keep the community.
We had our twins and came home to a fully stocked fridge and freezer. Our lawn was taken care of.
Everything.
I mean, where are you going to get that except for in a great small town?
Hi, I'm Jeremy Strand.
Kurt Petrowski, Hillsboro, North Dakota.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Marin.
Come home to trail.
Come home to trail.
Come home to trail.
Schluchter with the ace serve out of the timeout, extending the Tornado lead to a 3-point lead over Mayport CG. Serve is over. Set by McClanahan and sent down for the Mayport CG point, as they now trail by 2. As Ellie Bergstrom to serve. Serve over, dug up by Werner. Set by Peyton Letexture to Krieg. Blocked at the net. Tornado send it back. McClanahan hit over by Peterson, dug back up by the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture hit, blocked at the net. Hannah McIntyre there with the block on Justine Peterson, and point to Mayport CG back within 1. Bergstrom again to serve. Sent right back over to Mayport CG. Tipped across by Peterson. Werner with it to Justine Peterson. Now sent back over again to Cavalier. As Nora Peterson, as that one is in the net, and another Tornado point, 17-15. They lead, side out. As 14, Lainey Letexture will serve. Serve over, dug up by Oost. It blocked at the net. That was Justine Peterson, Charlie Krieg there on the block. And point Cavalier. Lainey Letexture again to serve, leading by 3. At the net, Koshny dug up by the Tornadoes to Justine Peterson. Tipped at the net. Patriots back with it. Oost dug up by the Tornadoes. Letexture to Krieg, down for the kill. Charlie Krieg, her second, and it's 19-15 Cavalier. 19-15 Tornadoes. As Lainey Letexture again to serve over. Tipped by Peterson, sent back over by Peyton Letexture. Perfect location in the corner for the point. And it's 20-15. Lainey Letexture again to serve. Serve is over. Dug up by Kruger to Bergstrom and pushed across by Peterson. Back to the Tornadoes, Peyton Letexture. Justine Peterson blocked at the net. Patriots trying to save it, send it back, whistle. And a double hit violation called on Mayport CG, as it will be point to Cavalier. 21-15 they lead. Patriots, they'll take their second timeout. We'll take one as well on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard.
Having money to get your crop in the ground isn't enough. What's your plan? Where do you want to be years down the road? Hello, this is Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank. We care about you and your farming operation. We want to help you to be successful. Don't settle for any financial institution. Choose one that understands your current needs and can help you work towards your long-term goals and objectives. We have a long history based in the Red River Valley. We pride ourselves on understanding agriculture, and we'd be honored to be your bank. The Goose River Bank, strong community, member FDIC.
21-15, the 6th seeded Cavalier Tornadoes leading the 3rd seed Mayport CG Patriots in set number 1. Winner of this will face Grafton in the region semifinals tomorrow evening. As Lainey Letexture again to serve. Over, dug up by Kruger. McClanahan and hit across by Peterson for the kill. Nora Peterson, her first kill. Point to Mayport CG. They trail by 5, 16-21. as Hannah McIntyre will serve for the Patriots. Floater, dug up, set by Peyton Letexture to Krieg through the block, dug up by the Patriots. McLennan hit over by Kruger, dug up by Laney Letexture, and hit across by Peterson. Patriots with it, looking to get the point, and they do! Mayport CG has Nora Peterson there for the Patriots. Within 4 is Mayport CG, 17-21, they trail. Hannah McIntyre again to serve. Serve over, dug up to Peyton Letexture, to Krieg, as that one is just long, just misses the end line, and point to Mayport CG. They're within 3, 18-21, they trail. Hannah McIntyre again to serve. Serve over, Keeney with the dig, Peyton Letexture at the net, battle for it. Patriots with it. Bergstrom, free balled over by Kruger, back to the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture to Krieg for the kill. Charlie Krieger, third, and it's 22-18. Cavalier substitutions. In come number 5 for both teams. For the Patriots, Kaylin Olsen, and for Cavalier, Chloe Walton. As Krieg to serve, dug up by Bergstrom. Olsen hit across by McLennan. Diving dig by the Tornadoes, and free ball sent over by Justine Peterson at the net. McLennan dug up by the Tornadoes. Justine Peterson again. Olsen sent over to Kruger. That one's in for the point. Cody Kruger, her first kill, and it's a 3-point deficit now for Mayport CG, as Grace Koshny will serve. Serve over, dug up by Schluchter to Krieg, and free ball sent over by Peyton Letexture. Dug up by the Patriots. Olsen tipped across by Peterson. Diving dig there by Peyton Letexture. Back over to the Patriots. Bergstrom hit across by Oost, and that's long. Hitting there, and a Tornado point. They lead by 4 as number 11, Justine Peterson, to serve for Cavalier. Serve dug up by Bergstrom. Olsen tipped across, and that is just out of bounds. And point once again to the Tornadoes. Set point for Cavalier, leading 24-19. Justine Peterson to serve. Serve over, dug up by Bergstrom. Olsen tipped across by McLennan, and for the point, Cora McLennan, her first, and Patriots so far able to stave off set point, as it will be Nora Peterson to serve for Mayport CG. Serve over, dug up by Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture, and punched across by Schluchter. Sent right back to the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture pushes across on to Kruger to Olsen, hit across by McLennan, dug up by the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture to Schluchter, and for the point! Kaya Schluchter, her 5th kill, as point goes to Cavalier, as they take a 25-20 set 1 victory, as they lead 1-0 on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
Trail District Health Unit would like to remind parents to sit down and talk with your children about the dangers of underage drinking. You are the number 1 influence in their life. Just a conversation can reduce the chances of your child trying alcohol. Studies show 70% of kids say parents are their number 1 influence in their decision not to drink alcohol. It starts at home. Talk early, talk often. For more information and tips on how to start the conversation, go online to parentslead.org or contact Trail District Health Unit at 701-636-4434. Influence your kids before alcohol does.
The Norman County EDA encourages Norman County businesses to apply for low-interest loans. Loans are available to new and existing businesses. Apply today for up to $15,000 in financing at 3% interest. Looking to expand, remodel, or invest in your business? Contact the Norman County EDA for more information. Loans are available as long as funding is available, so don't delay. Let the Norman County EDA assist you with investing in your business. Apply for low-interest loans to the Norman County EDA today. Hillsboro Lumber is now accepting Hillsboro Christmas Cash. Use Hillsboro Christmas Cash to purchase the items you need to repair or remodel your home. Hillsboro Lumber can and will assist you with all your projects. They have all the building materials, including windows, doors, cabinets, flooring products, and they'll help you from start to finish to make sure your project is a great experience. If you're finishing up a project before winter or just wanting to get it started now, I'm suggesting you visit with Hillsboro Lumber, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Hillsboro Lumber now accepting Hillsboro Christmas Cash.
We begin set number 2 after Cavalier with the 25-20 victory over Mayport CG. We have a potential another upset brewing. We have the 7 seed defeat the 2 seed in our previous game, with Grafton defeating Haddon Northwood. Now the 6 seeded Cavalier Tornadoes and the 3 seed Mayport CG Patriots. Earlier today it was Thompson with a 3-0 victory over Findlay Sharon Hope Page, and Hillsboro Central Valley 3-1 over Park River Fordville Lincoln. Patriots will serve with Cora McLennan. Over, hit through the block on the hit there by Krieg. Back to the Patriots. McLennan pushed across by Oost, and that is out of bounds on the near sideline, and point to Cavalier. Take the opening point in set number 1, as it will be Kai Schlechter to serve. Over, hit by Hannah McIntyre in for the point. Hannah McIntyre, her 3rd kill, evens it up at 1, as it will be Hannah Oos to serve for the Patriots. Serve over, dug up and pushed across by Justine Peterson. Back to Mayport CG. McClanahan to McIntyre for the kill, her 4th. Hannah McIntyre once again, as Hannah Oost will serve. 2-1 Mayport CG. Serve over, dug up, bumped by Peyton Letexture to Krieg. At the net, Patriots trying to save it, unable to do so, and it will be Tornadoes with the point, able to even it up at 2. As Laney Letexture will serve for the Tornadoes. Serve over, dug up by Oost to Domeyer, and that one will go into the net off of Koshny, and point to Cavalier. They lead 3-2. Laney Letexture again to serve. Serve over, Bergstrom with the dig, and that will fall to the floor for a Tornado point. Laney Letexture there again on the serve, and it's 4-2 after the ace serve. Serve over, and it's another ace, a back-to-back aces for Laney Letexture, and it's 5-2 Cavalier. Serve over, dug up by Bergstrom to McClanahan, and pushed across by Oos. Back to the Tornado, set by Laney Letexture to Krieg. Dug up, set by McClanahan, pushed to Domeyer, and that will hit the top of the net, and 4 hits will be called on Mayport CG. It's now 6-2 Cavalier. Laney Letexture again on the serve into the net, service error. And point to Mayport CG. They trail 3-6. Ellie Bergstrom to serve. And it's an ace serve! An ace serve as Lily Crosby unable to hit the dig. Second ace for Mayport CG. First ace for the Patriots. Serve is over. Krieg with the free ball to Bergstrom. To pinball being played there by the Patriots, and 4 hits will be called. as it bounced off of McClanahan to McIntyre, and 4 hits, 7-4 Cavalier leads with Sydney Werner to serve. Serve over, dug up by Bergstrom. Set by McClanahan to McIntyre. Dug up by the Tornadoes, Peyton Letexture to Walton, and that is into the net for the Mayport CG point. Side out, they trail by 2. As Hannah McIntyre to serve. Serve over, dug up by Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture, and hit from the back row by Schluchter back to Mayport CG. McClanahan to Koshny, down for the point. Grace Koshny, her first kill. And the Patriots are within 1. As McIntyre again to serve, and it's an ace serve! Hannah McIntyre, her first ace. And the Patriots have tied it up at 7. 7-7 in set number 2. Serve over, dug up by Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture, and pushed across. Diving dig there by Bergstrom, but it will hit the post there and fall back to the floor. Point to Cavalier, 8-7 they lead. Kaylin Olsen will check in for the Patriots. As Justine Peterson to serve. Serve dug up by McClanahan, sent right back over. Hit and down for the point. As Brianna Benavides with her first kill. And it's 9-7 Cavalier. Justine Peterson again to serve. Serve over to Peterson. Olsen hit across there by Koshny back to the Tornadoes, and a free ball that crossed over by Schluchter back to Mayport CG. McClanahan for the kill. Cora McClanahan, her second. Patriots trail by 1. Grace Koshny back for Mayport CG to serve. Serve over. Dug up, set by Peyton Letexture to Schluchter. Blocked at the net. Tornadoes able to send it over, but the Schluchter hit is out on the far side. Point to Mayport CG, even it up at 9. With Sydney Werner again to serve. Grace Koshny for Mayport CG over to serve. Feller's with it. Benavides blocked at the net, sent back over to the Tornadoes at the net. Schluchter, but that one is into the net, and point to Mayport CG. They take a 10-9 lead as Grace Koshny again to serve. Serve over. Dug up by Krieg. Bumped and pushed across by Laney Letexture. Bergstrom with the dig. Olsen pushed across by Oost. In for the point. Hannah Oost with her first kill. As it's 11-9 Mayport CG. They lead here in the second set on the Golden Harvest Timken Gazette seed sales scoreboard. Cavalier takes their first time out. We'll take one as well on yourliveevent.com. 11-9, Mayport CG leads in set number 2. Cavalier was victorious in the first set by a score of 25-20. Patriots trying to even it up at 1 set apiece. Winner to the semifinals to face 7th seed Grafton. Koshny again to serve over. Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture, and hit across by Schluchter, in for the point. Kaya Schluchter, perfect location along the back line in between a couple of Patriots, and they trail by 1. Peyton Letexture to serve. Serve over, dug up by Bergstrom. Olsen hit across, down for the point. As Cora McLennan there, her third kill, and it's 12-10 Mayport CG. With Nora Peterson to serve. Serve over, Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture to Schluchter, dug up by Patriots. Pushed over, down for the point. As Hannah Oust there with the tip over for a Patriot point. They lead 13-10. As Peterson again to serve. Serve over, dug up by Krieg. And free ball over by Laney Letexture, back to the Patriots. Peterson to Domeyer, as that is her third kill. Point to Mayport CG, 14-10. Peterson again to serve. As Eleni Martinez, she'll check in for the Tornadoes. Serve is over, Peyton Letexture, and pushed over by Martinez, back to Mayport CG. Pushed across on two by Olsen. Laney Letexture to Schluchter, blocked at the net. And Peyton Letexture, perfect location on the back line, gets the corner. And point to Cavalier, 11-14, they trail, Patriots lead. As Jade Keeney to serve for Cavalier. Serve is sent back to Cavalier. Free balled over by Schluchter. Patriots with it. Pushed across by Dumeyer. Dug back up by Schluchter. Peyton Letexture. Back to Schluchter for the tip as that hits the antenna. It'll be out and point to Mayport CG, 15-11. Patriots lead as they have serve. Cora McLennan to serve, dug up by Peyton Letexture to Schluchter. Krieg blocked! Blocked at the net. Hannah McIntyre there for the Patriots. Block kill, 16-11 Mayport CG. Cora McLennan again to serve. Serve over, dug up by Peyton Letexture. Schluchter to Krieg, diving dig by Bergstrom. McLennan hit over, but out of bounds by Oust. Point to Cavalier. They trail by 4, 12-16, with Kaya Schluchter to serve. Serve over, dug up by Bergstrom to McLennan. Punched across by Oust. Dug up by Werner. Peyton Letexture. Hit across by Peterson. Down for the kill, Justine Peterson. Her third. As the Tornadoes back within 3. 15-16, they trail. As Kaya Schluchter again to serve. Serve over, dug up by Bergstrom. Set by McLennan. Blocked! Blocked at the net. Charlie Krieg there for the Tornadoes. And they're within 2. Substitutions, Olivia Gap will check in for Mayport CG. Schluchter again to serve. Serve over. Pushed over on 2 by McLennan for the point. Or McLennan, her 4th kill, 3rd of the set, and the Patriots lead by 3. 17-14. Patriots lead. Serve is over, hit across, and down for the point. As Charlie Krieg there, her 5th kill. Patriots, or Tornadoes back within 2, 15-17, they trail. As Laney Letexture will serve. Serve over, dug up, set by McLennan, and punch across by Kruger. Diving dig, able to save it. Tornadoes through the block for the point. Sydney Werner, her first, or excuse me, that's Charlie Krieg. Charlie Krieg, her 6th kill. As the Cavalier Tornadoes trail by 1. As Mayport CG, they'll take their first timeout, leading in set number 2, 17-16 on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Sorum Oil Company, Highway 81 in Hillsboro. For when you need repair work done on your vehicle, need an oil change, need new tires or tire repair, visit Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro. They fill LP tanks, bulk delivery of your home heating or farm fuels, and carry batteries. Call your locally owned full-service gas station, Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro, 701-636-5356. Brad, Jody, and Blake Sorum thank you for your business, and they look forward to continue serving you at Sorum Oil Company, Highway 81 in Hillsboro. Back here as the Cavalier Tornadoes have gotten with it to within one here as the Cavalier Tornado bench here trying to fire up the fans as they are front row there of the student section dressed up there in some tuxedo shirt, tie, suspenders, looking good. Serve is over. Pushed across by Mayport GG back to the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture on to Krieg for the kill, tied at 17. Tied at 17, her 7th kill. As Laney Letexture again to serve. Tied at 17, looking to go up 2-0 is Cavalier serve over, dug up by Bergstrom. McClanahan punched over by Koshny. Back with it is Cavalier Peyton Letexture to Justine Peterson. Blocked at the net. Patriots trying to save it. Bergstrom able to send it over. Peyton Letexture to Krieg, but that is out. And point to Mayport CG. 18-17, they lead as it will be Ellie Bergstrom to serve. Serve over. Dug up, set by Peyton Letexture to Krieg. Blocked! Blocked at the net. Hannah McIntyre there for the Patriots, as well as Nora Peterson. And it's 19-17, Ellie Bergstrom again to serve. Serve over. Dug up by Schluchter to Krieg, pushed across by Peyton Letexture. Dug up by McClanahan. Miscommunication, and it falls. Cora McClanahan got the dig. 3 Patriots there right next to her. Looking at it, let it fall, and the Tornadoes back within 1. As Charlie Krieg will serve. Serve over, dug up by Bergstrom, McClanahan, and pushed across by Oos, dug back up by Schluchter. Peyton Letexture, Justine Peterson with the hit, as McClanahan throws it over, now back to Cavalier. Justine Peterson again, blocked at the net. Cavalier trying to save it. Free balled over by Peyton Letexture. McClanahan punched across by Peterson for the point. Nora Peterson, her 3rd kill. Patriots back to up 2 at 20-18. As Cora McClanahan, Hannah McIntyre will serve into the net. Her 2nd service error and point to Cavalier, trailing by 1. Justine Peterson to serve for the Tornadoes. Serve is over. Dug up. Set by Olsen. Hit across by Peterson. Dug up. Set. Schluchter. Dug up by Olsen for the Patriots. Bergstrom hit across by Koshny. Back to Cavalier. Peyton Letexture at the net. Schluchter tips it back over to the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture sends it across. Bergstrom with the dig into the net. As Olsen tries to save it, unable to do so, and we're tied at 20. Justine Peterson again to serve for the Tornadoes. Tied at 20. Serve over, dug up, set by Olsen. McClanahan for the point. Cora McClanahan, 5th kill for her. As the Patriots retake a 1-point lead, 21-20. Grace Koshny to serve. Serve over. Dug up by Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture, and Schluchter hits it across. Dug up by Koshny, set by Olsen, hit across by Oost. Dug up by Krieg. Peyton Letexture at the net, and sent down by Cora McClanahan for the point. 22-20. Mayport CG leads on the Golden Harvest Tip Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Cavalier takes time, and we'll take one as well on yourliveevent.com.
Lot to love about Hillsboro, North Dakota. Top-notch school district with fantastic facilities and growing enrollment. great healthcare, and friendly people. Nestled between two of North Dakota's largest cities, Hillsboro embodies a small-town atmosphere that is sure to make you feel right at home. The HEDC and City of Hillsboro invites you to pay a visit and experience Hillsboro. Visit hillsboro-nd.com to learn more about Hillsboro, a small town with big opportunity.
22-20, Mayport CG leads in set number 2. Cavalier was victorious 25-20 in the first set, so the Patriots looking to even it up at 1 set apiece. Tornado's trying to take a big 2-0 lead here, as it will be Grace Koshny again to serve for the Patriots. Serve over, dug up, set by Peyton Letexture to Schluchter for the point. Kaya Schluchter, number 7 for her. As the Tornadoes back within 1. Substitutions as Brianna Benavides will check in for the Tornadoes. As Peyton Letexture will serve. The lower dug up by Bergstrom. Olsen pushed across by McLennan for the point. Cora McLennan, her 7th. Set 6 this set. And the Patriots back to a 2-point lead, 23-21. Nora Peterson to serve. As it's an ace serve! Nora Peterson with her first ace, 3rd for the Patriots, as they will have set point 24-21. Serve is over as that one will fly into the Cavalier bench, and as it will be point to Mayport CG as they will take a 25-21 set 2 victory. They've been up at 1 set apiece on the Golden Harvest Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard. We'll take a break, have set 3 coming up on YourLiveEvent.com.
Bloomfield Enterprises has your next utility and landscaping trailer. Whether you need to haul your toys or you need to haul your new tractor, Big Tex utility trailers are designed to accommodate a wide variety of cargo, including golf carts, ATVs, lawnmowers, or whatever else you may need to haul, with different models and features available to fit your needs. Call Ben and Tim at 701-430-0877 and get your new trailer from Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Take advantage of the savings at your locally owned Health Mart drugstore, Hillsboro Drug and Gift. Keep the coughs and colds at bay by picking up Health Mart Daytime Cold and Flu 8-ounce liquid at just $4.99. 6-ounce Health Mart Sore Throat Spray is only $3.49. Health Mart Ibuprofen 200 milligram 50-count tablets just $3.99, or 40-count soft gels for $4.79. Health Mart Double Antibiotic Ointment just $6.29. For these and other great deals, visit your locally owned Health Mart Pharmacy, Hillsboro Drug and Gift. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
For more than a century, MLGC has delivered cutting-edge communications technology to the communities they serve. MLGC continues to be at the forefront of innovation and technology with an ever-expanding variety of products and services, with internet speeds up to 1 gig, over 150 cable TV channels, and reliable telephone service. Watch for huge, exciting announcements from MLGC. Internet TV phone, moving you at the speed of light. 1-877-893 MLGC.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000 plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
We move to set number 3 after Mayport CG takes a 25-21 set number 2 victory. Evens up at 1 set apiece here as we play from Grafton High School here, game 4 here this afternoon at the Region 2 Volleyball Tournament, all them quarterfinals. Semifinals begin tomorrow at 5 p.m. First semifinal is Thompson and Hillsboro Central Valley, 1 versus 4. And the second semifinal will be 7th seeded Grafton going against the winner here of this game between Mayport CG and Cavalier. This game is tied at 1 set apiece as we move to set number 3. As it will be Jade Keeney to serve for the Tornadoes. Serve over, sent back over to the Tornadoes. Warner over to Schluchter. Patriots able to save it and sent over by Oos back to the Tornadoes. Schluchter again. And that is long. Just long for the Tornado point. Or it's long by the Tornadoes for the Mayport CG point. They lead 1-0. As Hannah Oos to serve. Dug up by Peyton Letexture. To Schluchter and pushed across by Krieg. Right back up by the Patriots. Hit and down for the point. Hannah McIntyre. Her 7th kill as it's 2-0 Mayport CG. As again, Hannah Oos to serve. Serve over, and it's an ace serve! Ace serve as that thing died right in front of Jade Keeney, and point to the Patriots with Oost again back to serve. Over Cavalier with it, and that is long. It is long by Charlie Krieg, and point to Mayport CG. It's 4-0. 4-0. Oost again to serve. Keeney with it as that is into the net. Miss it there by Krieg, and it's 5-0 Mayport CG leading in set number 3 on the Golden Harvest Timp Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Cavalier takes their first time out. We'll take one as well on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. At RDK, we specialize in seed meter calibration, planter maintenance, and offer the full line of precision planting products. Walking your fields with you, helping you identify maintenance issues on your planter, developing a plan that puts you back in control of your planter. That's what we do here at RDK. Call RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. From sunup to sundown, they're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Out of the timeout, Anus with another ace serve to extend the Patriot lead to 6-0 as that one flied into the stands. And it will be a Mayport CG point once again. Oost again to serve. Dug up, sent right back over to the Patriots. Oost to McLennan. Bergstrom sends it over, and that one is out of bounds on the far side for a Cavalier point. Their first point, they trail 1-6 as they will serve. Kaya Schluchter to serve over, and free ball sent over by Bergstrom. Warner bumped and hit across over there by Justine Peterson for the Cavalier point. Back-to-back points as them trailing by 4. As Kaya Schluchter again to serve for Cavalier, dug up by Bergstrom, McLennan, and pushed back across by Kruger. Dug up by the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture at the net. Tornadoes back with it and pushed across there by Justine Peterson. Back to the Patriots. Pushed across by Dumeyer. Dug up by Peyton Letexture. Hit across and down for the point. Justine Peterson, her 4th kill. (6-3) Patriots lead. Ash Schluchter again to serve. Over, Patriots with it. That one hits the net, and it will be 4 hits called. As Koshny hit that one into the net, bounced right back. 4 hits and 4 straight Tornado points has them now within 2. Schluchter again to serve. Serve over, Patriots with it, and free ball over by McLennan. Dug up by Krieg and pushed across by Peyton Letexture. McLennan again. McIntyre with a tip, blocked at the net. Patriots with it, sent back over by Oost to Peyton Letexture. To Peterson, and that one is out. It's long, and point to Mayport CG. I'll get the side out. They lead by 3, 7-4. Ellie Bergstrom to serve. Serve over, dug up by Tornadoes, Peyton Letexture. Krieg through the block, dug up by Oost and sent back over by her. Werner to Peterson, dug up by Bergstrom. McClenahan to Peterson, dug back up by the Tornadoes. Hit and down for the kill, Charlie Krieg with her 8th kill. And the Tornadoes back within 2 with Laney Letexture to serve. Serve over, dug up by Bergstrom. McLennan and pushed across by the Patriots. At the net, Krieg for the point. Charlie Krieg, her 9th, as the Tornadoes trail by 1. Brady Siebel's here with you from Grafton High School, along with our executive producer, Mark Forseth, cameraman Keith Meyer. Laney Letexture with the serve, dug up by McIntyre to McLennan, pushed across by Bergstrom. Dug up by Keeney, as that is long on the Krieg hit, just past the back line. Point to Mayport CG, 8-6 Patriots. Get the side out, Hannah McIntyre to serve. Serve is over, dug up. Peyton Letexture pushes across on 2, dug up by the Patriots. McLennan sends it over. Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture. Over to Krieg. Dug up by Kruger, and that is blocked at the net. Blocked again, and down for the point. Charlie Krieg block kill. 10th kill for her. Tornadoes back within 1 as Chloe Walden will check in for the Cavalier Tornadoes. As Charlie Krieg will serve for Cavalier. Jump serve over. Dug up by Oost to Olsen. Hit across by McLennan. Dug back up by Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture. Justine Peterson. Bergstrom. The dig to Oost. That is sent back over. Peyton Letexture through the block by Justine Peterson. Back over to the Patriots. Grace Koshny, dug up by Laney Letexture, Peyton Letexture. Justine Peterson again, dug up by Oost. Push across by Garrett, by Olsen. Sent back over to the Patriots. Cavalier now trying to save it, and free balled over by Walton back to Mayport CG. Olsen, and that is in, down for the kill.
What a rally there. That went, I don't know how many times back and forth.
Great volleyball here. That point, we've seen it all day so far. Patriots lead by 4. Grace Koshny to serve. Dug up. Peyton Letexture sent over by Justine Peterson. Dug at the net. McLennan punches it over, but she hit the net. And point to Cavalier back within 1. 8-9 they trail. Justine Peterson to serve. Serve over, dug up by Koshny, set by Olsen at the net, and that is down for the point, as that was Chloe Walton there on the block for the Tornadoes. Evens it up at 9. As Hannah McIntyre again to serve, dug up by Bergstrom. Set by Olsen, pushed across by Oost, down for the point. Hannah Oost, her 3rd kill. As Mayport CG retakes the lead at 10-9 with Nora Peterson to serve. Serve over, dug up, set by Peyton Letexture at the net. Kruger through the block, and that one will fly back out past the Patriot bench for the Tornado point. We're tied at 10. As once again, Brianna Benavidez to step in for the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture to serve over. Set pushed across by Oost. Tornadoes back with it. Krieg and pushed across by Peyton Letexture. Dug up by Oost. To Olsen, pushed across by Dumeier. Tornadoes with it, free balled over by Peyton Letexture. Back to Olsen. McClanahan blocked at the net by Benavides. Now back to the Patriots and pushed across by Dumeier. Dug by the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture. Hit over by Schluchter as a battle there. Plays pinball there between the Patriots. They're unable to save it and point to Cavalier. 11-10. The Tornadoes lead as Peyton Letexture again to serve. Serve over, dug up. Dumeier blocked! Blocked at the net by Brianna Benavides. Her second kill on the block kill as Cavalier takes a 12-10 lead here in set number 3 on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Patriots take a timeout. We'll take it as well on yourliveevent.com.
The Hillsboro Cafe welcomes you to stop in, get some great food, whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or just a bakery treat. Be sure to keep up with their daily specials by checking out their Facebook page. And remember, if you're short on time and on the go, get your orders to go from the Hillsboro Cafe. Give them a call at 701-636-2073. They'd love to hear your requests for future flavors of the month with the Cupcakes for Lunch program. Just send them an email, text, or let them know the next time you're in at the Hillsboro Cafe. The Hillsboro Cafe is hiring for cooks. Stop in for an application today at the Hillsboro Cafe.
12-10. Cavalier leads in set number 3. We're tied at 1 set apiece. The Tornadoes took set 1 25-20. Mayport CG answered with a 25-21 victory in the second set. So we have set number 3 ongoing. As Peyton Letexture again still serving here for the Tornadoes. Serve is over. Dug up, bumped by Olsen and hit across by Dumeier. Dug up by the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture back over to Schluchter. Pushed across by Benavides. Dug up by the Patriots. Punched over by Oost. Back to Cavalier Laney Letexture at the net, and it will fall to the floor. Point to Mayport CG. Back within 1 are the Patriots. They trail 11-12 as Hannah McIntyre checks back in from Mayport CG. As it will be Cora McClanahan to serve for the Patriots. It's a good serve as the free ball over, able to save it, our Cavalier by Krieg. McClanahan to Dumeier for the point. Addison Dumeier, kill number 4 for her as Mayport GG has tied it back up at 12. McClanahan to serve. Serve over, dug up by Krieg. Peyton Letexture sent back over by Schluchter. Patriots back with it. McIntyre dug up by Krieg. Peyton Letexture to Schluchter through the block for the point. Cavalier retakes a 1-point lead, 13-12 as Werner checks in, as does number 16 Jade Keeney, as that is in served by Keeney for the Tornado point as they take a 2-point lead. Hey, Keeney serving for the Tornadoes. Serve over, and that is long. Service there and point back to Mayport CG. As it will be Oost to serve over, dug up by Keeney to Schluchter, hit in the back row there by Justine Peterson, dug back up by the Patriots. Koshny, as that is tipped and out of play, and a Mayport CG point evens it back up at 14. As again, Anna Oost to serve for the Patriots. Serve over, dug up by Peyton Letexture to Schluchter, punch across by Krieg, dug up by Oost. Set by McClanahan to Dumeier, dug up. Peyton Letexture to Werner. Schluchter into the net and point to Mayport CG. They will retake a 1-point lead. 15-14 Patriots with the lead as Oost again to serve. Serve over. Dug up, battle at the net, whistle, and it will be a net violation there called on Sydney Werner. a piece of the net. Point Mayport CG, 2-point lead, 16-14. As Oost again to serve. Serve over, dug up by Peyton Letexture. Bad, could not make contact with it as it flies into the student section. It's an ace serve for Oost, her 5th ace tonight. As it's 17-14, Oost again to serve. Let's serve. Dug up by Schluchter-Werner. Back to Schluchter. Dug up by Dumeyer to McClanahan. To Koshny. Dug up by Schluchter. Peyton Letexture pushes it on to Bergstrom with the dig attempt. That one will fly back towards the back wall for the Tornado point. They'll get the side out. They trail by 2. As it is Kai Schluchter to serve. Let's serve, dug up by Bergstrom. McClanahan back to Bergstrom, dug up by Peyton Letexture to Warner. Hit over by Justine Peterson, dug up. Set by McClanahan, pushed across by Dumeyer for the point. Addison Dumeyer, number 5 for her. As Mayport CG retakes a 3-point lead. Ellie Bergstrom to serve. Serve over, dug up, sent right back to Mayport CG. McClanahan. Bergstrom pushed across by McIntyre. Peyton Letexture with the push across, but that one is out on the far side right in front of the Mayport CG student section, and point once again to Mayport CG. Bergstrom with the serve. Patriots lead by 4. Warner with the dig. Miscommunication as that one will fall down to the floor. As Justine Peterson tried to get a piece of it, unable to do so. Laney Letexture checks back in for Cavalier. Patriots up by 5. Ellie Bergstrom again serving. Serve over, dug up by Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture. Over to Krieg, dug up by Oost. Pushed across on 2 by McClanahan. Bergstrom back to McClanahan. McIntyre with the tip across. Patriots trying to save it. Able to do so. Hannah Oost free balls it over. Peyton Letexture to Justine Peterson. Dug up by Oost. Set by McClanahan. Peterson. Nora Peterson for the kill. Her 4th. And it's 21-15. Mayport CG. Ellie Bergstrom again to serve.
Tell you what, Bergstrom is saving the Patriots bacon more than once back there. Her digs and saves are just incredible.
At the net, Hannah McIntyre with the block kill for the point. Her 9th kill as the Patriots take a 22-15 lead on the Golden Harvest Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Cavalier takes time. We'll take one as well on yourliveevent.com.
A lot of grit to be a farmer. The workday isn't defined by the number of hours you work, but by the work you do in those hours. And the job isn't done unless it pays off when the combines roll. So when the work gets tough and the work days get long, count on Golden Harvest to deliver strong genetics, local know-how, and a dedication to service. Contact Tim Kazette, your local seed advisor, at 701-430-0877 and start seeing your hard work pay off.
22-15, Mayport CG leads in set number 3. Going to take a 2-1 advantage. Cavalier won set 1, 25-20. Patriots came back for a 25-21 victory in set 2. We now play in the 3rd set. As Ellie Bergstrom again on to serve for the Patriots. Serve is over. Dug up by Laney Letexture to Crosby. And free balled over by Justine Peterson. Bergstrom with the dig. McIntyre, that one is through the block and in for the point. As Hannah McIntyre there for the Patriots, her 10th kill. 23-15 Patriots lead. Bergstrom again to serve. Laney Letexture with the dig. To Creek, pushed across by Peyton Letexture. Dug up by McClanahan to Nora Peterson. Dug up by Crosby, set by Peyton Letexture. Justine Peterson, dug up by Bergstrom. McClanahan, Nora Peterson through the block, dug up by Peyton Letexture, Crosby, and free ball over by Justine Peterson for the point. Justine Peterson there for the Tornadoes, as Oos just could not get the diving dig there. As the Tornadoes, they trail by 6. Serve is over. McClanahan to McIntyre, long. And there by Hannah McIntyre, and point again to Cavalier as they trail now by 5 as Lainey Letexture again to serve. Serve over, dug up to McLennan, and free ball over by Bergstrom. Dug up by Justine Peterson to Peyton Letexture. Back to Justine Peterson. Blocked! Blocked at the net. It was McIntyre and Peterson there for the Patriots. And 24-17, Mayport CG with set point as Hannah McIntyre will go back to serve. Tire serve is over, and it's an ace serve! Hannah McIntyre with her second ace of the evening for the set point as Mayport CG back-to-back set wins. They take this one 25-17 as they now lead 2-1 on the Golden Harvest Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Take a break, have set 3 coming up on yourliveevent.com.
We both grew up in Hatton.
We lived in Grand Forks and Fargo both before settling down here, and we own a construction company.
I'm originally from Hillsboro, grew up here.
Originally from Larimore, now own a small business here in Hillsboro.
We lived in Bismarck for 10 years, but something was drawing me back here.
For a small town, I think we have a lot to offer.
Hillsboro, Trail County is a great place to grow a business. Our people here support local businesses.
You know, it's a small community that's like a family. If you need help, the small community pulls together.
Definitely a more personal connection. You know, most of my clients will call my cell phone, which is the way we want it. We want to do business that way.
Moving back here was beneficial for our business and the small town atmosphere for our kids that we grew up with.
Yeah, if a person is planning on having a family, I can't imagine a better place. It's something that really can't be replicated.
Come home to Trail. Come home to Trail.
Come home to Trail.
This is Carson Henningsgaard, student athlete at Central Valley High School, and I urge students to refrain from using drugs or alcohol. Doing so can result in getting kicked off the team, damage to your reputation, and damage to your body. Stay sober and stay on the right track to success. Live above the influence. This message brought to you by the Central Valley School District.
At Halsted Living Center and Heritage House, life doesn't stop with age. From dedicated staff, activities, and personal care, they're there to ensure the lifestyle continues to be active and fulfilled. The activities team brings together birthday parties, holiday programs, local performing acts, and talented musicians on staff. Family and friends are encouraged to join in on the special programs and daily activities too. For more information on Halsted Living Center and Heritage House, call 218-456-2105 or log on to halstedlivingcenter.com.
We begin set number 4 as Mayport CG now leads 2-1 after taking back-to-back sets. Cavalier with the 25-20 victory in set 1. Patriots have come back to win 2 straight, 25-21 and 25-17. Winner faces Grafton, who defeated Hatton Northwood the previous game earlier today. It was Thompson defeating Findlay Sharon Hope Page 3-0, and Hillsboro defeating Park River Fordville Lincoln 3-1. The 3 of our semifinalists have been determined. 1 more to go, as it will be Patriots beginning to serve. Cora McClanahan. Free ball sent back over by Krieg back to the Patriots. McIntyre with the swing, dug up by Cavalier. As that is sent into the net by Schluchter, hitting air and point to Mayport CG. 1-0 Patriots. As Glennon again back to serve. Serve over, and it's an ace serve. McLennan, her first ace, and it is 2-0 Mayport CG. As the serve, that one is into the net. McLennan, her first service error and point to Cavalier, trailing 1-2. As Jade Keeney will serve for the Tornadoes. It's over, pushed across by McIntyre, dug up by the Tornadoes. Schluchter through the block, dug up by the Patriots, and hit across by Oost. Dug up by Keeney. Palin Texture back to Keeney for the point. Jade Keeney with her first kill. And we're tied at 2. Keeney back to serve. Serve over, dug up by Oost to Bergstrom and sent across. Peyton Letexture to Warner as that is sent back over to the Patriots. Unable to save it is Mayport CG, and it is a Tornado point. They take a 3-2 lead. As Keeney again to serve. Serve over, dug up by Bergstrom to McLennan, pushed across by Oost. Dug up by Peyton Letexture to Werner. Krieg at the net, blocked, but out of bounds, and point will go to Cavalier. Keeney again to serve. That serve is into the net, a service error and a point back to Mayport CG. They trail by 1 with Hannah Oost to serve. Serve over, dug up by Keeney to Justine Peterson, free ball over by Krieg, dug up by Oost to McClanahan. Bergstrom tips it over, in, down the line for the point. Patriots even it back up at 4. 4-4 as it'll be Oost again to serve. Serve over, free ball by Warner back to Mayport CG. McClanahan, McIntyre hits it over, Warner saved by Peyton Letexture and Keeney from the back row, dug up by Oost. Set by McClanahan, punched across by Koshny. Warner now sends it back over from Cavalier. As free ball sent over by McClanahan back to the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture to Krieg, blocked at the net. Tornadoes back with it to Schluchter, blocked at the net. That one hits the antenna. And it'll be Patriot point as that was off of the block attempt there by McIntyre, and point to the Tornadoes. As serve again by Schluchter. As McIntyre, she sends that one into the net for the Tornado point. They're up by 2, 6-4. Schluchter again to serve over, dug up by Bergstrom. McClanahan, punch cross, blocked at the net, but that one will fly out of bounds for the Patriot point. Grace Koshny there for Mayport CG as they trail by 1. Ellie Bergstrom to serve. Serve over, dug up by Keeney to Peyton Letexture. Krieg punches it across. Bergstrom with the dig. Patriots trying to save it, and they will be unable to do so. Nora Peterson there, the last one to touch it for the Patriots, and 7-5 Cavalier leads as Lainey Letexture will come in and serve for the Tornadoes. Serve over, dug up by Oost at the net, blocked down by Krieg, but sent back over. Whistle, and we'll have a illegal attack called there on Mayport CG. And point will go to Cavalier. 8-5 they lead. Lainey Letexture again with the serve. Serve is over. Tipped across by Nora Peterson. Back to the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture over to Krieg for the point. Charlie Krieg, her 13th kill of the evening, and it's 9-5 Cavalier. As point set over by the Tornadoes and free balled over by Lainey Letexture. That does not get over as that bounces off the net for the Mayport CG point. They trail by 3 as McIntyre to serve. Good serve, but able to get it over is Justine Peterson. McClanahan punches it over. Tornadoes trying to save it, but it's out of bounds near the Patriot bench for the Mayport CG point. Now within 2. And McIntyre again to serve. Serve is over, dug up by Keeney. Peyton Letexture sent back over by Krieg. Back to the Patriots. McClanahan free balled over by Koshny. Back to Cavalier. Peyton Letexture to Krieg for the point. Charlie Krieg once again.
There's an upset. They hit a kill that Bergstrom couldn't dig.
Has been able to get to a number of balls here this evening here. Thank you again. Brady Siebels here along with Keith Meyer are running the board and the camera as well. Charlie Krieg again to serve. Serve over. Dug up by McClanahan. Bumped over, sent back by McClanahan. Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture. Sent over by Justine Peterson. Blocked at the net, and it will be point to Mayport CG. As it was there, Cora McClanahan there for the Patriots. And point Mayport CG serve over. Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture. At the net is Walton, dug up by the Patriots. Bergstrom sends it over. Peyton Letexture sends it right back over to Patriots. And that swing and down for the point. As Nora Peterson there for Mayport CG, her 5th kill. And point to Mayport CG as Koshny with the serve. Dig is sent right back over to Mayport CG. Oos sends it across. Dug up Peyton Letexture. Justine Pearson blocked at the net. Blocked at the net by Cora McClanahan once again. And point to Mayport CG. It's tied at 10. Grace Koshny with the serve. Dug up by Krieg. Laney Letexture. Krieg with the free ball it over. As McClanahan sends it right back over to Cavalier. Pushed across by Walton. Hit. And that is down for the point. Cora McClanahan once again for Mayport CG.
That's what McClanahan can do for you if they get her a good a good set. That's one of the rare times that they were able to get her that ball right in the middle of the net, and she put it away.
11-10, Patriots with the lead. Laney Letexture over to Krieg. Peyton Letexture with the free ball over. Bergstrom with the set to Oost. Dug up by Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture. Justine Peterson pushes it across. Dug up by Oost to Olsen. Hit. And that is down for the point. Once again, Mayport CG, as that was Nora Peterson, her 6th kill. And point to Mayport CG. They lead 12-10 on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Cavalier takes a timeout. We'll take one as well.
Rocky Nettum, Nettum Seeds, Caledonia. Looking at your certified seed there with wheat and barley from Nettum Seeds.
We've got a new wheat variety for next year called Trigger, real high yielding variety from Lima Grain. Pretty excited about that one. And then we'll have our Rebel wheat variety that's been really good quality, decent yields as well. And then we'll have some SY Velda as well. We're going to handle some Pinnacle barley again, so a 2-row variety.
Nettum Seeds at Caledonia. Rocky's number is 701-430-1149.
12-10, Mayport CG leads in set number 4. Patriots looking for the set win would give them a 3-1 victory, advancing them to the semifinals tomorrow evening against the Grafton Spoilers. Here, the host team as we play inside the Grafton High School gymnasium. As Koshny again with the serve, dug up by Krieg. Peyton Letexture, sent over by Justine Peterson, dug up to Olsen. Oost with the hit, and that is down the line for the point. Hannah Oost. And for Mayport CG, 13-10 Patriots with the lead, as again to serve is Koshny. Serve over, Justine Pearson dug back up by Olsen, pushed across by McClanahan. Peyton Letexture to Justine Pearson, sends it over. Nora Peterson pushed across by Oost for the point. Hannah Oost once again for Mayport CG. As Koshny again with the serve over, dug up by Laney Letexture. Peyton Letexture pushed across on 2. Dug up, pushed across by McClanahan. Block sent back over to Mayport CG. Bergstrom, McClanahan pushes it across, and that is just long. Out of bounds there on the far side for the Cavalier point. They trail by 3. As Justine Peterson with the serve over. Dug up, set by Olsen, tipped across by McLennan. Peyton Letexture pushes it across, but that is long, out of bounds in front of the Patriot bench for a Mayport CG point, 15-11. Patriots with the lead as Nora Peterson will serve. Serve is over, dug up by Crosby to Peyton Letexture, pushed across by Walton for the point. Chloe Walton. And point to Cavalier. Staying alive, they trail by 3. Peyton Letexture to serve. Serve over, dug up, set by Olsen to Dumeyer, but it's long. And point back to Cavalier. Peyton Letexture again with the service. As that serve is into the net, service error, her first. And point to Mayport CG, 16-13. As the serve is over by McLennan. Tornadoes trying to save it. They send it over, but we'll have a lift called on Cavalier. Once again, a Mayport CG point. They lead 17-13.
Well, I don't care if that was a lift. That was a tremendous reaction to get that ball over the net.
Clenahan with the serve, dug up by Laney Letexture to Krieg, sent back over by Schluchter, nope, into the net. And point once again to Mayport CG. The Patriot lead is now 5. Clenahan with the serve over, dug up by Laney Letexture, pushed across by Schluchter. McIntyre sends it back, sent it right back down again to the Patriots. Battle at the net. Keller with it. Peyton Letexture dug up by Bergstrom. Set by McLennan to Dumeyer. Dug up. Sent back over to Mayport CG. Oost with it as that is in for the point. Just got the corner. Hannah Oost there for Mayport CG. As they will extend their lead 19-13 on the Golden Harvest Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Tornadoes use their second timeout. We'll take one as well on yourliveevent.com.
About 3 years ago, Polar approached us to bring in that gigabit internet service. Since we were able to get that in place, we are now able to serve up all of our remote locations much faster than we were before. One of the great things about Polar Communications is the responsiveness of their support. When you work with a company that understands North Dakota and understands agriculture, they get the importance of the things that we're doing.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 43,000 participants here in North Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Kaya Schluchter with the kill out of the timeout, her 8th, as side out to Cavalier. They trail by 5 as Jade Keeney will serve for the Tornadoes, dug up by Bergstrom. McLennan, Bergstrom sends it back over. Dug up by Werner to Peyton Letexture. Hit over by Krieg, dug up by Bergstrom. Set by McLennan to Oost. Dug up by Justine Pearson. Peyton Letexture at the net. It is blocked and point to Mayport CG. 2014 Patriots. As Hannah Oost to serve. Serve over. Dug up by Keeney over to Krieg. Dug up by the Patriots. Dumeyer dug up by Peyton Letexture to Werner. To Schluchter through the block for the point. Kaya Schluchter once again for the Tornadoes. as the Schluchter serve is over. Set and bump or a hit over there by McIntyre. Peyton Letexture dug up by Bergstrom. To McLennan, dug up by Peyton Letexture again. To Krieg. To Justine Peterson, dug up by Bergstrom. And free ball over by McIntyre. Keeney with it to Peyton Letexture. To Justine Peterson, through the block, dug up by the Patriots. Battle at the net, whistle called. And a lift on Mayport CG for the Tornado point. They're back within 4. Ash Schluchter again to serve. 20-16, Mayport CG leads on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette seed sales scoreboard. Timeout, we'll take one as well on yourliveevent.com.
Northwood Deaconess Health Center is now offering a $25,000 sign-on bonus for qualified nurses and CNAs. Contact Tammy with questions at 701-587-6487. Northwood Deaconess Health Center is also offering a $2,500 sign-on bonus for dietary aids. Contact Jenny with questions at 701-587-6441. NDHC is locally owned, offering health insurance, 401k, sick leave, and PTO. Apply today. Visit ndhc.net and find us on Facebook.
20-16, Mayport CG leads in set number 4. 5 points away from advancing to the Region 2 semifinals to be played tomorrow evening.
You know, I've been watching the Tornado body language in these, last 10, 12 points. There's no quit in them. Their posture's good. They're watching, they're ready to fight this thing out.
Schluchter with the service point there, as unable to send it over is Mayport CG. Tornadoes within 3. Schluchter again to serve. Serve over. Dug up by Kruder, set by McLennan, punched across by McIntyre. Dug up by Werner. As McIntyre sends it down for the point. Hannah McIntyre with the kill. And point to Mayport CG, 21-17 Patriots. As Bergstrom again with the serve over. Dug up set by Peyton Letexture to Krieg for the point. Charlie Krieg once again. Tornadoes within 3. As Laney Letexture will check in and serve for the Tornadoes. Serve over. Dug up by Bergstrom. Set by McLennan to Nora Peterson. Dug up, sent right back over to Mayport CG. McIntyre pushes it across. Dug up, set by Peyton Letexture to Krieg. Blocked at the net by Hannah McIntyre. For the Patriot point. 3 points away is Mayport CG, 22-18. Short serve. Dug up, sent right back over to Mayport CG. Dug up, sent, blocked at the net by Krieg. Sent back over. Tornadoes with it. Peyton Letexture to Justine Peterson for the point. Through the block, and it is a Cavalier Tornado point within 3. 19-22, they trail. Charlie Krieg to serve. Serve over. Dug up by Oost. To Olsen, to McLennan, dug up by Laney Letexture, to Peyton Letexture. Justine Peterson, dug up by Bergstrom at the net, sent over by Nora Peterson. Krieg to Peyton Letexture, over to Justine Peterson, blocked at the net, back to Peterson once again. Peyton Letexture, battle at the net. Back over now to Mayport CG, Koshny with it, dug up by Justine Peterson. Peyton Letexture, back to Peterson once again, dug up by Bergstrom. Hit across there by Koshny, dug up by the Tornadoes. Peyton Letexture to Justine Peterson, dug up by Bergstrom. To Olsen, sent across by McLennan, dug up. Justine Peterson, dug back up by Bergstrom. Patriots with it, pushed across there by Koshny. Laney Letexture to Peyton Letexture. Krieg with it from the back row for the point. Charlie Krieg with the kill, as Cavalier now within 2. They trail 20-22.
That's the kind of point that can turn the tide.
Charlie Krieg again to serve. Dump serve over. Dug up by Oos, back over. Hit and down for the point. Chloe Walton there. as the dig there by Oos just went over, and it is a Tornado point as they're back within one. 22-21, Patriots lead in set 4 on the Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales timeout. We'll be back.
Hi, this is Isaac Whitley, a student athlete at Hillsboro High School. I urge everyone to show good sportsmanship both on and off the field or court. Show respect for the other players, coaches, referees, and fans too. By doing so, it shows class and respect for the game. Thank you, and once again, I encourage us to all show good sportsmanship. This message is brought to you by the Hillsboro School District.
Back here as the Patriots with a 22-21 lead here in set number 4. Mayport CG 3 points away from a victory and a berth in the region semifinals to play Grafton tomorrow evening. Cavalier trying to extend this match one more set. As it will be Charlie Creek to serve for the Tornadoes. As the coach is having a conversation there, as they're just looking at Justine Peterson there. As I saw she went back there into the locker room, maybe getting looked at there a little bit. She says she's good to go as Krieg will be back at the line to serve. Serve is over, dug up by Oos, set by Olsen to McLennan, dug up by the Tornadoes, hit back over by Krieg, dug up by the Patriots. McLennan again, dug up by Justine Peterson. Payne Letexture back to Justine Peterson through the block, dug up by the Patriots. Olsen, McLennan, dug up by Laney Letexture. Payne Letexture push across onto Bergstrom, gets a touch, saved. Bergstrom tries a free ball, able to do so. Well, sends it over to the Burrows, as that is down for a Patriot point as Cora McLennan there on the kill. But what a save there by Mayport CG. The bounced off Bergstrom, able to get another touch on it. Bergstrom able to send it over the net backwards and point to the Patriots. 2 points away now. Serve is over. Krieg with the hit attempt, dug up as Olsen pushes it across. Walden trying to save it. Payne Letexture able to hit it over, dug up by Bergstrom. Back to Olsen. Nora Peterson into the net. Point to Cavalier within one. 22-23, they trail. Justine Peterson to serve. Whistle as we'll have a substitution as Alyssa Sharp will check in for the Tornado. Sharp, first time she has checked in this evening. Sharp with the serve over. Dug up, then over to Bergstrom. Oost punches it across. Dug up by Krieg. Payton Letexture to Schluchter. Blocked at the net. And point to Mayport CG. As it was McLennan there on the block, sending it down. Point to Mayport CG as they are within one. Sharp checks back out for Justine Peterson. Match point for Mayport CG. As it is Nora Peterson to serve. Serve is over, dug up by Krieg. Payton Letexture to Schluchter. Dug up by Nora Peterson. Olsen to Oost for the point. Hannah Oost with the kill. Match point as Mayport CG survives the upset bid, winning the final last 3 sets. Take a 25-22 set win. Take a 3-1 victory as they defeat the Cavalier Tornadoes 20-25, 25-21, 25-17, and 25-22. Patriots advance to play the Grafton Spoilers tomorrow evening in the second semifinal. We'll take a break. We'll have more to come now. The postgame show about to start here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Of this tournament coverage with YourLiveEvent.com is sponsored in part by your local Farmers Union Insurance agents, Kurt Larrell and Jason Walswick in Findlay, Nathan Larson and Troy Inger in Northwood, Rich Gerke and Ryan Opdahl in Hillsboro. They look forward to working with you with a wide variety of policies available to meet your needs. Good luck, teams, from Kurt Larrell and Jason Walswick in Findlay, Nathan Larson and Troy Inger in Northwood, Rich Gerke and Ryan Opdahl in Hillsboro.
I'm originally from Mayville. I moved away for 6 years, but when I decided I think it's time that we start a family, and I said I want to move back to that small town so I can have small classes, small community, people are involved, people care about you.
We've lived in Hillsboro since 2012.
Within 6 months we had a group of friends and then it just took off from there.
So I got 2 girls, and I've been able to help with coaching football, coaching hockey, coaching softball, baseball, and being involved in the community.
There's a lot of space out here, and if you use it appropriately, I mean, everything from family baseball to the parks and the communities, swimming, all that stuff is available right there.
I was blown away by how well it's kept up and how nice they keep the community.
We had our twins and came home to a fully stocked fridge and freezer. Our lawn was taken care of.
Everything.
I mean, where are you going to get that except for in a great small town?
Hi, I'm Jeremy Strand.
Kurt Petrowski, Hillsboro, North Dakota.
Well, I'm Josh.
And I'm Marin.
Come home to trail.
Come home to trail.
Come home to trail.
Having money to get your crop in the ground isn't enough. What's your plan? Where do you want to be years down the road? Hello, this is Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank. We care about you and your farming operation. We want to help you to be successful. Don't settle for any financial institution. Choose one that understands your current needs and can help you work towards your long-term goals and objectives. We have a long history based in the Red River Valley. We pride ourselves on understanding agriculture, and we'd be honored to be your bank. The Goose River Bank, strong community, member FDIC.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
Mayport UG able to survive the upset bid here against the Cavalier Tornadoes as the Patriots pick up a 3-1 victory. As Cavalier was victorious there in set number 1, 25-20. However, the Patriots able to rebound to win the next 3 sets, 25-21, 25-17, and 25-20. So the 3 seed advances in the region tournament. They will face Grafton tomorrow evening. That going up right around 7:30, the scheduled start there. Maybe a little bit before that, actually, as it will conclude after the first game, as first one will be Thompson and Hillsboro Central Valley. We'll have both those on YourLiveEvent.com. Stick around here. More of the postgame show. We'll name our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game coming up on YourLiveEvent.com. Trail District Health Unit would like to remind parents to sit down and talk with your children about the dangers of underage drinking. You are the #1 influence in their life. Just a conversation can reduce the chances of your child trying alcohol. Studies show 70% of kids say parents are their #1 influence in their decision not to drink alcohol. It starts at home. Talk early, talk often. For more information and tips on how to start the conversation, go online to parentslead.org or contact Trail District Health Unit at 701-636-4434. Influence your kids before alcohol does.
The Norman County EDA encourages Norman County businesses to apply for low-interest loans. Loans are available to new and existing businesses. Apply today for up to $15,000 in financing at 3% interest. Looking to expand, remodel, or invest in your business? Contact the Norman County EDA for more information. Loans are available as long as funding is available, so don't delay. Let the Norman County EDA assist you with investing in your business. Apply for low-interest loans to the Norman County EDA today. Hillsboro Lumber is now accepting Hillsboro Christmas cash. Use Hillsboro Christmas cash to purchase the items you need to repair or remodel your home. Hillsboro Lumber can and will assist you with all your projects. They have all the building materials, including windows, doors, cabinets, flooring products, and they'll help you from start to finish to make sure your project is a great experience. If you're finishing up a project before winter or just wanting to get it started now, I'm suggesting you visit with Hillsboro Lumber, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Hillsboro Lumber now accepting Hillsboro Christmas cash.
Back here on the here on the postgame show on YourLiveEvent.com, however, Arctic Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Give that to number 3-4 Cavalier Charlie Krieg, as she had 17 kills by my count there for Charlie Krieg. So we'll give her our Arctic Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Unfortunately, not enough as Cavalier falls, but a great individual effort for her. She's our Precision Player of the Game, brought to you by Arctic Enterprise in Hillsboro. Randy Darla and the team at RDK congratulate Charlie Krieg there on being named the Precision Player of the Game. Visit them online at planterdoc.com. Take a 60-second timeout. Then it's the Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection coming up on YourLiveEvent.com.
Healthcare and friendly people. Nestled between two of North Dakota's largest cities, Hillsboro embodies a small-town atmosphere that is sure to make you feel right at home. The HEDC and City of Hillsboro invites you to pay a visit and experience Hillsboro. Visit hillsboro-nd.com to learn more about Hillsboro, a small town with big opportunity. Bloomfield Enterprises has your next utility and landscaping trailer. Whether you need to haul your toys or you need to haul your new tractor, Big Tex utility trailers are designed to accommodate a wide variety of cargo, including golf carts, ATVs, lawnmowers, or whatever else you may need to haul, with different models and features available to fit your needs. Call Ben and Tim at 701-430-0877 and get your new trailer from Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Back here's we'll name our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection here. We'll give that for Mayport CG to Hannah McIntyre there. She had 7 service points, had a couple of aces, as well as 13 kills for her on the evening. So she will be named here our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Halstead Telephone Company keeping you connected in the Red River Valley and the surrounding rural areas. Halstead Telephone Company. We'll take another break here, 2 minutes, and then we'll see. Hopefully we can talk with the head coach there for Mayport CG, Stacey Hansen, and then we'll have final stats coming up on YourLiveEvent.com.
Take advantage of the savings at your locally owned Health Mart drugstore, Hillsboro Drug and Gift. Keep the coughs and colds at bay by picking up Health Mart Daytime Cold and Flu 8-ounce liquid at just $4.99. 6-ounce Health Mart Sore Throat Spray is only $3.49. Health Mart Ibuprofen 200 milligram 50-count tablets just $3.99, or 40-count soft gels for $4.79. Health Mart Double Antibiotic Ointment just $6.29. For these and other great deals, visit your locally owned Health Mart Pharmacy, Hillsboro Drug and Gift. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
For more than a century, MLGC has delivered cutting-edge communications technology to the communities they serve. MLGC continues to be at the forefront of innovation and technology with an ever-expanding variety of products and services, with internet speeds up to 1 gig, over 150 cable TV channels, and reliable telephone service. Watch for huge, exciting announcements from MLGC. Internet TV phone, moving you at the speed of light. 1-877-893 MLGC.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000 plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. At RDK, we specialize in seed meter calibration, planter maintenance, and offer the full line of precision planting products. Walking your fields with you, helping you identify maintenance issues on your planter, developing a plan that puts you back in control of your planter. That's what we do here at RDK. Call RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Joined back here with Stacy Hansen here, the head coach for Mayport CG, on our Farmers Union Insurance post-game coaches comments, brought to you by your local Farmers Union Insurance agents in Northwood, Nathan Larson and Troy Enger. Finley is Kurt Larrell and Jason Walswick, as well as in Hillsboro, Rich Gerke and Ryan Opdahl. And Coach, a tough first set there, but came back to win the final three to advance to the semis.
Yeah, you can't be disappointed. We had a really slow start, and that was the first time our girls had played together in probably 2 or 3 weeks. So I think they were kind of adjusting and a little hesitant, and they just kind of picked up the intensity from there and did their job and finished it out in 4.
Now, what was kind of the mood, or what'd you have to say there after the first set?
Wake up. Just they needed to have some intensity and to start swinging. We were looking at tipping and rolling and just trying to hit the spots on the floor that weren't there, and they just needed to start swinging and hitting the ball, and that kind of got them rolling, and intensity level started picking up then.
And then now you advance here to the semifinals, facing Grafton after they upset the 2-seed Haddon Northwood.
Yeah, Grafton's a good team. We've seen them twice already this year, and they beat us the first time in 4, and we beat them in 4 the second set, so third time's the charm, and we'll have to, hopefully we can pull it out against them tomorrow, but they're playing really well. They played phenomenal tonight against Haddon Northwood.
So rubber match here between you two there tomorrow night. Coach, thanks so much for your time. Good luck tonight. We'll talk to you before that game here.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Stacey Hansen joining us here for the on our Farmers Union Insurance post-game coaches comments. Take one more quick break, then we'll have final stats coming up on yourliveevent.com.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. From sunup to sundown, they're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
The Hillsboro Cafe welcomes you to stop in, get some great food, whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or just a bakery treat. Be sure to keep up with their daily specials by checking out their Facebook page. And remember, if you're short on time and on the go, get your orders to go from the Hillsboro Cafe. Give them a call at 701-636-2073. They'd love to hear requests for future flavors of the month with the Cupcakes for Lunch program. Just send them an email, text, or let them know the next time you're in at the Hillsboro Cafe. The Hillsboro Cafe is hiring for cooks. Stop in for an application today at the Hillsboro Cafe.
Back here, final segment here, is we'll have our final stats here. Final stats for both teams. First for Cavalier, as it was number 3, Charlie Creek, 17 kills for her. Chloe Walton with 3 kills. Peyton Letexture with 8 service points, as well as 2 kills. Rihanna Benavidez with 2 kills. Number 11, Justine Peterson with 3 service points and 5 kills. Kaya Schlechter with 10 service points and 9 kills. 14, Lainey Letexture with 10 service points for the Tornadoes. And number 16, Jade Keeney with 4 service points and a kill as well. Final stats here for the Patriots of Mayport CG. Number 2, Cody Kruger with 1 kill. 4, Grace Koshny, 6 service points and 3 kills. And down here, Nora Peterson with 3 service points, also had an ace and 6 kills. Hannah Oostad, 13 service points, also had 4 aces and 7 kills. Hannah McIntyre with 7 service points, a couple of aces and 13 kills. 12 Cora McLennan with 5 service points, also had an ace and 10 kills. 14, Addison Dumeyer with 5 kills. And number 20, Ellie Bergstrom had 7 points served, also had an ace and 1 kill. Those are your final stats there for both teams, Cavalier and Mayport CG. Patriots with a 3-0 victory, advancing to the semifinals. Semifinals will get underway. We'll get underway coming up here tomorrow at 5 o'clock, as pregame will begin at 4:30. First semifinal will be between the Thompson Tommies and the Thompson Tommies and the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. Tommies were victorious 3-0 over Finley Sharon Hope Page. Hillsboro Central Valley 3-1 victory over Park River Fordville Lincoln. In the nightcap there, it was the Grafton Spoilers with a stunning upset, a 3-0 victory over Haddon Northwood. And then the previous game here, it was Mayport CG with a 3-1 victory over Cavalier. So those are our two semifinals. We'll have those both for you on yourliveevent.com. For our executive producer Mark Forsyth, as well as our cameraman and board op there, Keith Meyer. I'm Brady Steele, thanking you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow on yourliveevent.com.